fashion Sephora haul. These have been my favorite types of videos to watch since I was like in college. Just seeing what people are actually buying with their own money and what people are picking out of all the products on the market, because it's so overwhelming with how much is constantly coming out. It's hard to know what to try and what products are actually worth it. So this is just gonna be a super casual video. I'm chilling on my couch. I'm just gonna dump all these products out and show one by one what I got and talk about why I picked what I did. That was slightly obnoxious. The first product here is a restock. This is the Amika, the Shield Anti-Humidity Spray. It's extremely humid where I live, so anytime I do my hair, it falls within 10 minutes. You can already tell it's fallen. It's not a miracle product. It's not gonna make your hair hold perfectly if it normally doesn't, but I do think it's better than nothing, and it's also a heat protectant. It protects hair from 450 degrees Fahrenheit, and I usually curl my hair at like 320 degrees. So I spray this onto my dry hair before I heat style it and then just hope for the best. Again, like I said, you can obviously tell my hair is not holding the curl perfectly. So if you have a recommendation on an anti-humidity spray that really does help hold your style, let me know. I don't like products that feel like hairspray or feel sticky on your hair. This one, you can't even tell that you have it in, so that's why I really like it, because it helps a little bit, and again, it also has that heat protection. So I continue to use it, but I'm totally open to trying something different if there's a product that anyone watching this recommends. Okay, next up is the Kosas Cloud Set Translucent Loose Setting and Blurring Powder. And I got the shade Translucent Candy. I tried the pressed powder from this brand and I didn't love it. I felt like it kind of emphasized pores and texture. So I was kind of hesitant to try the loose powder, but I keep hearing good things about this. So I thought, let's just give it a go. I still love the L'Oreal Blurfection powder, but that one is such a tiny container, so I go through it really fast, and it's kind of pricey for a drugstore product. So with the amount of product that you get in that and how often you're buying it, you might just be better off buying a little bit more of a high-end option where you get a lot more product. This comes with 20 grams of product. It's a huge tub. And I like that it has a plastic stopper here. The L'Oreal one does not, and I don't really like the holes in the L'Oreal packaging because you really have to like beat the product out to get any. This one is just going to be a lot easier to keep your space clean when you're doing your makeup. It's not going to get everywhere because it does have this stopper. So I'm excited to try this out and see how it works. I've been liking the pink powder trend for my under eye area just to brighten up a little bit. Because if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that with a newborn and a toddler, I don't really sleep. Newborn life is so bittersweet because it's like I love all the extra snuggles at night, but do we need to wake up every 30 minutes? Can we stretch it just a little bit longer? Trying to enjoy it while I can because I know it doesn't last forever. But going so long consistently without good sleep really does weigh on your body. So if you are in the newborn trenches as well, I totally feel ya. It's hard, but also like the best time ever. So next up, this is the Saie Glowy Super Gel. I got the shade Sun Glow. I've used the shade Star Glow for years now. I've purchased that like 2 or 3 times. And this is just the mini, I don't know if I said that. So it's 15 milliliters. And I got the kind of tan shade because I'm a little bit more tan coming out of summer than I normally am. And I wear sunscreen on my face every day, so my body is typically more tan than my face is. So this hopefully is going to just kind of even everything out and match it. I'm hoping it's not too orangey. I usually stay away from bronzing drops just because they look orange on my skin, but I knew that this product was really sheer. So I'm hoping that it'll just give a nice kind of like boost of color without looking overly orange. So I put a little bit on here and just blended it out just to see what it would actually look like blended. It's very subtle, again, very sheer. So I'm excited to try that under my foundation and just see if it makes a difference. Okay, next I grabbed the Makeup by Mario F1. Yes, F1 brush. I have the F4 and I use it every day. I'm obsessed with it. I right now use that one for cream bronzer and cream blush, but I got 2 new like bronzing contour type products. So I wanted to use the F4 for those and then get this for my cream blush. And it's also got a smaller end on here that I think would be good for concealer. So this is what this one looks like. This is gonna be my new cream blush blender. And then this one I'm gonna use for concealer. I already know that I love the quality of these brushes. I, again, use the other one every single day, so I know that this is gonna get a ton of use from me. All right, so next I got a new shade of the Makeup by Mario Softsculpt. Why do I always forget what this is called? Yeah, Softsculpt Skin Enhancer. Right now I have this shade Light Medium, and I do like that one, but since we are coming out of summer and I'm a little bit darker than I normally am, I wanted to get a darker shade, and the next shade up, which was medium, looked too warm on the swatches online. So I went to medium dark because this is also a pretty sheer product, so it's not gonna be crazy pigmented like a lot of other cream bronzers. So I was hoping that the medium dark shade would be a good fit, and I think it will be. It's, again, very sheer. So that's medium dark. This one I will probably use over top my foundation. And then for under my foundation, I grabbed the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Liquid Contour in the shade Serene. I took a risk with this shade because this one looks pretty dark for my skin, but again, since I'm using it under my foundation, I'm hoping that it will be a good match. I wanted this to be a little bit warmer than like a typical contour shade. So let's blend this out just a little bit and see. So there's that one next to the Makeup by Mario. So you can definitely see this one's more pigmented and much darker, a little bit warmer. So I'm excited to try those out tomorrow and see how they work on my skin. Next up is another restock. This is the Ordinary, what are you called? Multi-Peptide Lash and Brow Serum. This is the second time I've purchased this. This one is safe if you are pregnant or nursing, so that's the reason I use this. It is not as good as like Grande Lash or Babe Lash or any of those that have whatever that ingredient is that some of these brands are trying to avoid. Proglastin, is that it? I don't know. This one doesn't have that, so again, it's safe if you're nursing or pregnant. It's a really good price. I think it's like $14, so much less expensive than a lot of the other options. And one of these will last me like 6 months. So it's a good value. And I do think it does something. I don't think it's, again, as good as some of the other ones that I've tried, but I needed a pregnancy safe option when I started using this, and I do like it. Once I'm done nursing though, I probably will switch back to like Grande Lash. That was my go-to for the longest time. Okay. If you watched my mom beauty must-haves video, you know I love the Charlotte Tilbury Under Eye Corrector. Still my favorite product, forever my favorite product. I'm not looking for anything to replace it, but I did want to try a more brightening corrector. So this is a pink shade. This is also from Kosas. It's the Reviver Extra Bright Color Corrector in the shade Magic. So it's the pinky shade. And I had heard good things about this online, so I wanted to give it a try. I'm always up for trying any product that makes it look like I got some sleep. This is a true pinky shade, so I'm excited to try this tomorrow too, underneath my concealer, and see if I no longer look like a zombie. I'll keep you posted. On the same concealer trend, the next item is the Tower 28 Serum Concealer, and I picked the shade 6IE. I went totally rogue with these shades and just picked based on swatches online, so I hope I did an okay job. This I mainly got to wear under my eyes, but also on blemishes. I used to do the whole like one concealer for my under eye, one concealer for any spots I wanted to conceal, and now I just do everything all in one. We don't have time for 75 products anymore. So that is what that shade looks like. It might be a little bit dark, but hopefully once I have all the other products on, it'll look okay and blend. It's so funny how makeup trends change over the years. I remember several years ago, I would always get the shade Porcelain or Ivory for my under eyes. They would be like completely white shades, and I thought that they looked so good. Now we're going a little bit more natural with our color options. Okay, this next product I already took out of the box and have used. This is the Ellis Brooklyn Guava Granita perfume. This reminds me of like artificial bananas in the best way. I definitely do get that guava note, but I can tell that there's some sort of banana fragrance in here. So here's my beef with this. I love the scent. Absolutely love the scent, but it lasts like 30 minutes on me, and then I can't even tell I put anything on. It wears a lot more like a body splash than a perfume, but it's got the perfume price point. This was kind of pricey, so I was really disappointed in the lack of longevity, but I love the scent and it's unique. I feel like I don't have anything that smells like this. I just wish it would last. So I feel like they should have marketed this not as a perfume because it doesn't perform like a perfume. Trade-offs, I guess, because it smells really good while it lasts. So I am going to continue to use this. I'm not going to return it, but I do wish that it lasted longer. I'm gonna try spraying it like on my clothes, on my hair, trying it in different ways to see if anything makes it last longer or if it's just gonna be basically an expensive body splash. We'll see. My last 3 products are more Rhode products. Are you sick of me talking about Rhode yet? I already know I love all of these formulas, so these are just different shades that I wanted to try out. The first is the Pocket Blush in the shade Sleepy Girl. I almost bought this during my first order, but ChatGPT told me to get Piggy, which I also love, so I'm glad I went with that one. But this one I think will be a really good, just subtle, everyday color that will go with anything. So this is like a soft mauve. It's more cool toned. Looks like that. And again, I already know I love this formula, so I'm excited to add that one to my little collection. I use those every day. Next, I got a new shade of the Lip Contour. Previously, I got the shade Balance, and I do really like it. That one is more of a cool tone brown, and I actually found that I like that one as like a mini contour stick. So I use it to contour my nose. I'll put a little bit on my eyelid, and then like underneath where I would put lip liner, I like using that one. This one is a little bit warmer, which I don't normally go for shades that are warmer, but it didn't look too orangey online. So it's kind of like a warm pinky brown, but I thought that would be a really good everyday kind of shade as well as we're going into the fall and winter months. I usually go a little bit darker with my lip products once the weather gets colder. And by colder, I mean like 79 degrees instead of like 95 degrees. Okay, and then I have the Peptide Lip Tint in the shade Salty Tan. This is the same kind of vibe as Sleepy Girl. It's like a soft mauve. Good everyday color. These are pretty sheer, so they don't give a ton of color, but just enough to do something without looking overdone. Again, use these lip tints almost every day, so just adding another one to the collection. I've been obsessed. Oh, and then this is just a little free sample I got. This is the Briogeo Style and Treat Weightless Hair Oil. And this looks really thin and watery, which I think will be good for my fine hair. I'm always looking to try new hair oils, especially these more weightless ones, because my hair gets weighed down pretty easily. All right, so that is everything I picked up at Sephora. These videos are so fun because it just feels like you're sitting down and talking to your friend and showing them what you got. It's pretty one-sided for me since I'm sitting here by myself with just my kids, but when I go watch other people's hauls on YouTube, I'll feel like I'm talking to a friend. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today and watching this video. Please subscribe if you want to see more like this. I love doing these little just sit down and chat about makeup kind of videos. Hope y'all have a great day.